Fives. We are listening to you. We only want to help.
How do I know you're not tricking me? How do I know it won't be a trap? The Chancellor will try to kill me. I promise you that.
The Chancellor?
He's in on it. I don't know to what extent, but I know he orchestrated much of this. He told me in the medical bay.
He told you when you tried to assassinate him? You have gone too far, Fives. The Chancellor isn't capable of what you claim.
He is! I swear to you, General, you have no idea. Stand down, soldier. Stand down. Get on your knees. No. Stay back. Don't do it. Don't do it, soldier. Get away from me! Fives, no!
Out of nowhere, the blaster bolt froze midair. Fives, Commander Fox, and everyone nearby was shocked, but then they looked at Anakin. It was him. With all his strength, Anakin used the Force to stop the bolt coming right for Fives. As a result, he saved his life and he was luckily unharmed. Then suddenly, Anakin threw the bolt across the room, hitting a wall.
Get this ray shield off! Call off your hunt now! You nearly killed him.
Sir, we're acting under direct orders.
Enough. He's coming with us. We're going directly to the Jedi Council.
General Skywalker, those orders were from the Chancellor himself.
And you are standing in front of a Jedi General. My orders supersede yours. Now move aside, Trooper.
For a moment, Commander Fox didn't move. However, he knew better than to argue with the General. So, he and his troopers reluctantly moved aside and Anakin, Fives, and Rex took off. In time, the three eventually arrived at the Jedi Temple, but instead of going to the Jedi Council right away, Anakin had other plans. Instead, he rushed Fives and Rex to the Jedi Temple medical bay. Although what he was doing was risky by disobeying the Chancellor's orders, he needed proof. If what Fives was saying was true about these chips, Anakin needed to learn the truth. Something real, something undeniable. So with the help of a few of the temple doctors, Anakin got to the bottom of things. As a test, he asked the doctors to scan for Rex. That way he could receive a sample of his chip and confirm that there was in fact something in his head. Although it was extremely difficult to find, in time the doctors found the chip and removed it safely from Rex's head. However, per Anakin's request, the doctors also evaluated the chip and spent hours and hours dissecting it. In time, they learned that these chips were designed to override a clone's free will at a command level. On top of that, after countless hours of research, they also found evidence of various orders and protocols for the clones to follow. The names were as following: Order 37, Order 4, Order 65, Order 5, and lastly, Order 66. According to these orders, each and every one of them was commanded by the Supreme Chancellor, and he was the sole individual who had complete power over these commands. However, that's not all. Aside from this list of orders, there was also a list of names of every single Jedi, ranging from Padawans to Knights to even Masters. Unfortunately though, there was one problem. Anakin's name was nowhere to be found. So Anakin looked again and again, but within this list of Jedi, his name was not shown at all, which left him shocked. Even Ahsoka, who was no longer a Jedi, was on that list, so what could this possibly mean? Anakin wasn't sure, but he was growing suspicious. So after the medical exam, he stood with Rex and Fives as they discussed their next steps.
Fives, I'm sorry. I should have believed you.
General Skywalker, you saved my life. That's enough. You're my brother, Fives. We weren't going to let you die.
Now, while we have confirmation what these chips are capable of, we need to discuss the larger matter at hand. These Jedi names, these protocols with different numbers. I don't understand it yet, but I don't like it.
General Skywalker, I'm sorry for acting crazy earlier, but you need to believe me. The Chancellor said he said the chips were in his plan. That they'd turn us against the Jedi. That we'd kill them.
Fives paused.
All of them.
Anakin went silent. He felt numb inside. The Chancellor was his friend, his mentor. He couldn't possibly be...
I'm not sure why your name wasn't on that list, sir. But I analyzed TAPS. There were signs of rapid decay. That's why it activated early. These chips are meant to make us kill the Jedi. Both the Chancellor and the Kaminoans are in on it.
Anakin went silent. Although it was hard for him to accept, he believed everything Fives was saying. He saw those names on that list, and although he was confused to why he wasn't on there, he had to take action. If what Fives was saying was even remotely true, then the Jedi Order could be in trouble. Anakin had to do something about this.
Then we have no time to waste. We're going to the Jedi Council. Now.
From there, Anakin, Fives, and Rex all contacted Master Yoda to arrange an emergency meeting with the Council. In time, the other Council members arrived, and it was there where Anakin broke the news to them. He presented Rex's inhibitor chip, what the doctors revealed, and most of all, the list of protocols and names of Jedi that were within those chips. However, one thing Anakin didn't mention was that he himself was not on that list. The Council already didn't trust him, and by his name not being there, that would only make things worse. So, Anakin kept that part to himself, but shared the rest.
A plot, you say?
Yes, sir. That is a serious accusation. I do not believe the Chancellor would be behind such a scheme. That is not something we assume lightly.
Master Windu, with all due respect, I'm not asking you to assume anything. I'm telling you what I saw. Those names were real. Every Jedi in this order is on that list. Even my former Padawan. And if anyone here should be defending the Chancellor, it should be me. But everything Fives has said so far, I have verified myself. All of it is right here.
Master Windu, sir. I have no reason to lie. The Jedi, they're my friends. My leaders. We fought in countless battles. More than I can even remember. I saw what happened with Tup and General Tiplar. I don't want to see it happen again, sir. Thank you for presenting this information to us, Clone Trooper Fives. We've heard enough. We'll take it from here. Skywalker, the chip.
Anakin paused for a second before handing it over. From there, he, Fives, and Rex left the room. As they did, Windu then spoke up.
I find this difficult to accept. The Chancellor has long held extraordinary power, but to weaponize the clones against us? That would be an act of treason.
Grave care we must take. Still, it is troubling that the Chancellor mobilized every clone unit during the manhunt. However, Jedi involvement was not requested once. Unusual this is. However, too long at war we have been. Clouded our vision may be.
Master Windu, if I may, I know Anakin may not always represent the model of a Jedi. However, if the Jedi Order is even remotely at risk, then that is not something we can afford to dismiss. These names were on there for a reason.
Confront the Chancellor about this matter, we must.
Very well. Master Yoda and I will speak with him directly. We'll present the proof Skywalker provided, and his reaction will determine everything.
Master, might I make a suggestion?
Yes?
Bring Anakin with you. No one here has closer access to the Chancellor. He uncovered this much already, and you'll need his insight.
No. There's much conflict in him. I don't trust his judgment.
Then all the more reason to keep him close.
Windu and Yoda looked at one another.
Right, Master Obi-Wan is. Perhaps with young Skywalker, a little bit more knowledge we will obtain.
So be it. Yoda, young Skywalker, and myself will confront the Chancellor regarding these chips. In the meantime, this investigation remains classified. There is no need to cause fear or panic throughout the Order.
Many of the Jedi Council members nodded.
May the Force be with us all.
In time, Windu, Anakin, and Yoda made their way to the Chancellor's office, and it was there where they confronted him about everything. They told him about what Fives said, about their investigation, and most of all, what Anakin discovered. However, let's just say Palpatine came prepared.
Master Jedi, what happened in Clone Trooper 5's inhibitor chip was merely a virus, as explained before. Just like Clone Trooper Tup, the virus unfortunately corrupted the clone's chip and caused this irrational behavior. I'm not sure what your investigation has shown you, however, these chips are purely designed as a precaution for each clone trooper. Yes, your findings are correct. They are present in each and every clone trooper, but purely to make them more compliant to orders, not to kill Jedi. It is very unfortunate that you would dare believe that I am behind this so-called plot. That accusation is deeply troubling. It seems as if you are threatening me.
That is not the case at all, Chancellor. We just want to protect Fives, the Republic, and most of all, the Jedi Order.
Of all people, I'd expect more from you, Anakin. Clone Trooper Fives attempted to assassinate me, yet you believe his theory over the word of your Chancellor?
Anakin went silent.
I hope you would trust the word of myself and the Kaminoans, rather than just a clone who clearly reached the point of insanity.
Then explain to us, why were there Jedi names listed within Clone Trooper Rex's chip?
Palpatine paused.
Those names are presented as names to protect, Master Windu. The Kaminoans themselves incorporated that. Therefore, the clones would swear their undying loyalty to the Jedi on that list.
Anakin froze. Then why wasn't his name on there? Why?
Confirm this, the Kaminoans can?
Why, of course. However, I must say, I expect more from you, Master Jedi. The fact alone that you stormed into my office accusing me of treason, you best believe the Senate will hear about this intrusion.
Windu paused.
Our apologies, Chancellor. As you know, these are desperate times.
Indeed. Now leave.
Windu bowed, and from there, he, Yoda, and Anakin left the room. However, as they did, Palpatine went deep in thought. Everything he planned, everything he orchestrated, this was not how he was supposed to go. His plan, it was beginning to crack. For the first time in years, Palpatine wasn't one step ahead. However, luckily for him, he had backup options. Although it wasn't the results he wanted, he knew what had to be done. No more time could be wasted.
Lord Tyrannus,
Yes, my master.
the Jedi are aware. The timeline has changed.
I see. Is it time, then, my master?
Yes, Lord Tyrannus. Begin final preparations. Report to me on Coruscant at once.
Yes, my lord.
Commander Cody, the time has come. Execute Order 66.
It will be done, my lord.
With that, Order 66 was executed and chaos spread throughout the galaxy. However, out of all places, Coruscant was affected the most. Since Order 66 was commanded earlier than Palpatine anticipated, most Jedi were attacked on Coruscant by surprise, all by their own clone troopers. Many Jedi didn't see this coming, and as a result, they were killed without mercy. However, as Yoda, Windu, and Anakin were leaving the Senate building, they felt this disturbance. Thousands and thousands of Jedi were dying by the minute, and they felt this shift right away. At that moment, Windu and Yoda believed every word that Anakin said. Palpatine was behind it. Palpatine must be the Sith Lord. So the three quickly rushed back up to the office, but as they did, Palpatine was nowhere to be found. He was gone. Where was he? Then out of nowhere,
Look, sir! Jedi! Kill them!
out of nowhere, many Coruscant guard troopers rushed towards the three of them, and Windu, Yoda, and Anakin had to fight them off. Although they never expected to fight their own troopers, they knew it had to be done. These chips, it transformed them. So Anakin, Yoda, and Windu kept fighting back, and in time, they defeated each and every trooper around them.
Won't be long before more of them reach us. We need to get out of here. Find the Chancellor and end this.
Anakin nodded.
Skywalker, I know you have a close relationship with him, but he is too dangerous to be left alive. If there is an opportunity to kill him, you must. Is that understood?
Anakin gulped. That wasn't the Jedi way. The Chancellor was a friend.
I said, is that understood?
Anakin knew better than to argue with Windu.
Yes, sir.
From there, Yoda, Windu, and Anakin left the building, and on their way out, they kept fighting more and more clones off. Even worse than that though, Coruscant became a war zone. The Jedi Temple was engulfed in flames. Everything was a disaster. The heart of the Republic. This planet, it was being destroyed by the minute. So as Anakin then stood outside, he contacted Rex right away. Because he and Fives didn't have their chips in, they shouldn't be affected by this. Or at least that's what he hoped.
General Skywalker, you're alive. Thank goodness.
Rex, it's the chips.
We know. I'm here with Fives.
I don't want to fight off any more troopers, Rex.
I know, sir. I feel the same way. They're my brothers. However, I will not abandon them. Fives and I have set our weapons to stun. We're rounding them up and taking as many as we can into the medical bay. But there's too many. We won't be able to hold them all off for long.
I understand. We'll do what we can on our end and make our way over to you as quickly as possible. Rex?
Yes, sir.
When you reach the medical bay, get me a report from the doctor's findings of the chips immediately. We can use that as proof if needed.
Yes, sir.
May the Force be with you, Rex.
Skywalker, enough chatting. Look up.
Anakin looked up. Above them was a holoprojector of the Senate, of Palpatine. He was there, addressing the Senate. Anakin was worried. What was he about to say?
Order! We shall have order!
Citizens of the Republic, I understand that this may be a confusing time for you. However, I regret to inform you that the Jedi Order has betrayed us. Not long ago, 3 Jedi Masters confronted me in my office, accusing me of treason, accusing me of treachery to this Republic. They wanted to take the democracy we have worked so hard to build for themselves. They wanted to gain control and have this galaxy belong to them. However, when I refused, they attempted to attack me.
The crowd was shocked.
Luckily, were it not for the bravery of our clone troopers, I would be dead, and the Jedi would control this galaxy just as they had plotted. However, I stand before you today to protect our galaxy from their lies and their deceit. Now, I assure you, my resolve has never been stronger. In order to ensure the security and continuing stability, the remaining Jedi will be hunted down and defeated, and the Republic will be reorganized into the First Galactic Empire for a safe and secure society.
As Anakin, Windu, and Yoda watched the broadcast from afar, they couldn't believe their eyes. This entire time, all along, it was him. He was the one behind it all. They felt numb inside. However, now wasn't the time for weakness. This battle was far from over, and if they wanted to retake this galaxy, they had to act immediately.
Master Windu, do you still have Rex's chip from earlier?
I do.
We'll need it. Rex is receiving the proof from the doctor's report, and with his chip, we can expose the Chancellor truthfully.
How do you plan on doing that? He swayed everyone, every Senate leader, every citizen in Coruscant, even us earlier.
Anakin paused. He knew this wouldn't be easy to share, but he had to, for the Republic and for the Jedi Order.
Master, have you noticed?
Windu paused.
The clones, they aren't attacking me, Master. And that's because my name wasn't on the list. My name wasn't on the list. And from what I see, every single Jedi was on that list, but mine. I don't know why, but...
Windu and Yoda froze. Although they said no words, they knew exactly why.
Our answers we have received.
What do you mean, Master?
If your name wasn't on that list, Skywalker, then that can only be one thing. He is the Sith Lord we've been looking for.
Anakin paused. No, it couldn't be. It couldn't be.
He left me off because 'Cause he wanted me as his apprentice.
Correct, you are.
Windu paused.
It seems our worst fears have been realized. For now, stay close by. We're going to end this once and for all. With his public speech now finished, my only assumption is that he'll be returning back to his office.
Heavily guarded it will be.
We must contact any surviving Jedi nearby to aid us. With great numbers, we should be able to end this once and for all.
I'm with you.
In time, Windu, Anakin, and Yoda contacted any nearby Jedi Council members, but unfortunately, they didn't get a hold of many. Either most were already dead or were fighting off the clones. But one thing was for certain. They had to confront the Chancellor, and it had to be now. Luckily, one Jedi they did get in contact with was Obi-Wan Kenobi, so he made his way to the rest of them. In time, Obi-Wan, Windu, Yoda, and Anakin all made their way up to the Chancellor's office, and although they had to fight through waves and waves of clone troopers, they eventually made it there. However, as they entered the office, they noticed that Palpatine wasn't alone. Beside him stood Count Dooku.
Master Jedi, you survived.
Surprised, are you?
Your arrogance blinds you, Master Yoda, even now as your precious Jedi Order burns. The Republic has already fallen, and soon you will watch your precious temple burn with the Imperial flag rained across the galaxy.
You betrayed us. You betrayed the Republic. You betrayed me.
You could have ruled the galaxy along my side, Skywalker. Instead, you cling to an order that fears you, fears your potential.
I will never join you, Sith Lord.
Yes. Lord Tyrannus once said the same. However, now he's more powerful than any Jedi.
Enough. Your reign ends here, Sith Lord.
So be it, Jedi.
With that, Windu, Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Anakin all ignited their lightsabers. Palpatine and Dooku did the same, and with that, Palpatine leaped towards them. As he did, he entered a clash with Windu and Yoda, while Anakin and Obi-Wan fought Dooku. From there, they all battled it out, and although the Jedi had numbers, Dooku and Palpatine held their own. In time, Dooku was even able to create space, as he did the unthinkable. Out of nowhere, he disarmed Obi-Wan, and using all his strength, he threw him across the room right to the ground. With that, it became a 1v1 between Anakin and Dooku. As this was happening, Yoda, Windu, and Palpatine kept clashing, but there was one problem. Although Palpatine was powerful, in time he began struggling against Yoda and Windu. These two Jedi were some of the most powerful in the entire Jedi Order. Although he could probably take one of them at a time, the two together were truly unstoppable. Meanwhile, Anakin and Dooku kept fighting, but in time they locked sabers. As they did, Dooku began taunting him.
I sense great fear in you, Skywalker. You have hate. You have anger, but you don't use them.
Anakin became enraged. He had enough of Dooku's words. So he then pressed the attack, and with each strike of his blade, he only became more powerful. Then out of nowhere, he pushed him, and without hesitation, he sliced Dooku's hands off. Dooku was now defeated, and Anakin had won. Meanwhile, as this happened, Palpatine looked over to see Dooku defeated. However, in this small moment of distraction, Yoda and Windu took advantage and also pressed their own attack on him. In time, Palpatine was knocked to the ground, and now Yoda and Windu stood above him, igniting their sabers right at his throat. Dooku and Palpatine had both lost, and the Jedi had won.
You are under arrest, my lord.
With what proof? The Senate have chosen their side. In their eyes, you are nothing more but a power-hungry traitor.
We have all the proof we need, Chancellor. You have lost.
No. No, you have!
Palpatine then unleashed a barrage of Force lightning, and as he did, Yoda was caught off guard and was quickly knocked to the floor. Although Windu was able to keep his ground, he knew he couldn't last for much longer. This Darth Sidious, he was too powerful. Windu was struggling. With both Yoda and Obi-Wan on the floor, only Anakin and Windu remained. As Anakin looked over though, he didn't know what to do. However, he remembered Windu's words from earlier.
Skywalker, I know you have a close relationship with him, but he is too dangerous to be left alive. If there is an opportunity to kill him, you must.
Although he and Windu have had their differences in the past, he couldn't let him die, right? He couldn't. He was a Jedi. If it weren't for the Jedi, he'd still be a slave on Tatooine. The Jedi gave him everything. A new life, a future, everything. No matter what, he couldn't betray them. So at that moment, Anakin knew what he had to do. Although it wouldn't be easy, he had to protect the Jedi Order.
No!
Out of nowhere, Anakin leaped towards Palpatine, and with one swift strike of his blade, he stabbed him right through his chest. It was done. Emperor Palpatine was dead. As Anakin stood there, he looked at Windu, who was shocked at what he just witnessed. For so many years, he doubted Anakin's loyalty, his dark nature, his recklessness, everything about him. But now, for the first time ever, he was wrong about him. Although Windu hated to admit it, Qui-Gon was right all those years ago. This boy, he brought balance to the Force. He really did it.
Master Windu, are you okay?
I am.
As Windu said this, Obi-Wan and Yoda slowly picked themselves up. As they did, they saw the Emperor's dead body and were shocked. So Yoda looked up at Anakin.
Young Skywalker, done well you have. The Chosen One you were, and the Chosen One you remained. Now, come, much explaining to the Senate we must.
Anakin looked over at Dooku.
What should we do about him?
He'll serve his purpose. Don't worry.
In time, Windu was correct. He, Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Anakin confronted the Senate with evidence about everything. It was there where they presented Rex's inhibitor chip from earlier, as well as the report of the list of Jedi and evidence that the clones did not see Anakin as a threat. On top of that, with Dooku as a prisoner, the Jedi offered him a shorter sentence if he came clean about everything that Palpatine planned. So with nothing to lose, Dooku did just that and revealed everything that Palpatine had plotted. He revealed how he orchestrated both sides of the war the entire time and how his ultimate goal was to wipe out the Jedi Order. Although it took days for the Senate to be persuaded, the Jedi's plan worked, and slowly but surely the Republic was being rebuilt. As for the remaining clone troopers across the galaxy, most couldn't be saved, but luckily many were stunned and disarmed with the help of Rex and Fives. Day in and day out, Rex and Fives helped assist any affected clones and remove their inhibitor chips one by one. Although it would take months, maybe even years to locate every clone with a chip, this was a task Rex and Fives were willing to do. Anything for their brothers. As for Anakin, for the first time ever, he was rewarded for his heroic actions and was granted the rank of Master as well as a seat on the Jedi High Council. Many of the council members, including Windu, admitted that if it weren't for Anakin, the Jedi Order could have collapsed, so all in all, they were grateful for his bravery. Luckily, because Order 66 happened much earlier than Palpatine anticipated, not as many Jedi were killed as they should have been. Although still thousands of Jedi were killed by their own clones, it wasn't as near as the amount it could have been had they been more spread out. Sadly though, these events caused a large mistrust between the Jedi and the remaining clones, and to this day it's still uncertain if that relationship will ever be repaired. However, one thing was for certain, and that was that the biggest hero of them all was none other than Fives. Although he would be changed forever, he lives to know that he saved his brothers, the Jedi, and the galaxy itself from the apocalypse that could have occurred. Now, just a few days after these events, Anakin met with his two most loyal clones to thank them for their bravery.
Fives? Rex? None of this would have happened without you both.
Just doing my duty, sir. As a soldier.
You're more than just a soldier, Fives. You're a hero, a leader, and most of all, a good friend.
Fives smiled.
Thank you, General Skywalker.
So, where are you two off to next?
Well, sir, I just received contact from Commander Tono, sir.
Ahsoka?
Yes, sir. It seems her and Lady Bo-Katan Kryze are planning a siege on Mandalore. Something about a Zabrak ruling there.
She must mean Maul.
Yes, sir. That's the name.
Well, Obi-Wan will love the sound of that. He might just tag along for this one. Plus, I miss Ahsoka.
Me too, sir. I'll inform her immediately. I'll stay behind for this one. We still have a lot of brothers to save.
Anakin and Rex began to walk away, but as they did, Anakin looked back at Fives.
Fives, may the Force be with you.
May the Force be with you, General Skywalker.
Fives, call me Anakin.
May the Force be with you, Anakin.